What's good, guys? Today I'm going to be breaking down a beat I made inspired by Kendrick Lamar's new album. I was about to say Good Kid, Mad City. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. It's pretty sick. I like it. It's not as good as Good Kid, Mad City, but it's a good album. I listened to the album twice, but after I listened to it, I made this beat because I was inspired by it. That's what music is supposed to do, inspire you. So even if you don't make something exactly like it, you were inspired. I said inspired 50 times in the first 1 minute and 20 seconds of the video. Let's get into this beat. So this is what the beat sounds like. A lot of elements that I took from elements in Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. We have this beautiful piano right here. Right? So as you can hear, when the chords stop playing, you hear that. It's like the hammer of the piano, because in pianos they have hammers. Is it like the Mario hammer? I don't know what I'm talking about. I have this plugin called Imagine Your Piano. I think it's free. If it's free, I'll leave the link down below. It has all these things. Pitch shift, so you can pitch it up, pitch it down. Hammer volume, output volume, velocity, sensitivity, and release time. And it's like a lo-fi piano, right? You could turn on the hammer volume. It gave it more of a realistic feel, and it added percussion to it. Kendrick's album. It has a lot of that, right? It has Foley, outward sounds that aren't exactly percussion, just realistic sounds, right? Especially in songs like that one. In movies, it's called diegetic sound. That's the sound you would actually hear in real life. There's music on top that's non-diegetic. It has a lot of that. It adds to the vibe of it. It's like someone actually playing the piano too, and someone stepping with the piano or something. And it's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, so stepping. So I layered this piano with another piano, Steinway D from Flex. This one comes with FL Studio Essential Piano, Steinway D. So with this chord progression, we're in the scale of F sharp minor Aeolian, F sharp. As you can see, all the notes are in the scale. So I'll keep that to the side here. Chords I'm using, I don't really know what chords I'm using. Let's see. I knew this all along. The chords I'm using are an inversion of C minor 7th. I mean C sharp minor, not C minor. We could build a 7th chord on top of it by taking C sharp, skipping 2 notes, placing a note, skipping 3 notes, placing a note, skipping 2 notes. And that is a C sharp minor chord. And then you can make a major chord by taking a note, C sharp in this case, skipping 3 notes, 2 notes, 3 notes. Basically an inversion is when you take the chord. I don't know why I turned into a really soft-spoken. It sounds like I'm hosting a jazz radio.
You're listening to Black Jazz Radio, and it goes like this.
Then we have this beat made by Selah, inspired by Mr. Morale and Big Steppers. You already know, so let's get into it. You have this chord, C sharp minor, and the inversion is, say I want this C to be higher, so I bring it up an octave. I also wanted this E to be higher, bring it up an octave. I also wanted this G sharp to be higher, bring it up an octave. Then we go to this chord. I have no idea what this chord is, but it sounded great. You know, it's this. I'll look that up. I'll put like, oh wow, that's a really cool chord, right? Wow. I can't believe I thought of that all by myself. We have a chord here that probably an inversion of something, or it's not. I'm such a trash teacher. And then we play that chord again. This chord right here is actually, I just took the chord I had here, added a note below it, G sharp. That's pretty much the whole chord progression. It's just using 2 chords basically. C sharp minor 7th and this D major, and kind of the D major with the flat A. Right? I think I'm doing this right. It's just differentiations of the same chord. Next thing I added was this piano riff at the top. Just adds a little shimmer to it. It's going up the scale and then goes back down. Then we have some strings. A lot of times in jazzy or hip hop or old school hip hop, especially Kendrick beats, they have 1 string. This is from BBC Symphony Orchestra. I got it fixed, so my BBC works now. I can't believe I said that without smiling. I use string 1 violins and put it on tremolo, so it has a little shakiness to it. It's like a nervous violinist. And then I added this extra strings. It's just on the 1 and I just took the chords. This is C sharp minor inverted with the G at the bottom, and then this is D major inverted with the A at the bottom. I cut these off on the third beat of these bars because that's where the snare will hit. Added these hmms. Nothing much really, just the chords. These are from the Play VSD East-West Play, East-West Hollywood Backup Singers Bank. So these are the original vocals. Let's turn off the effects. So how I did this, I actually took my mouth, right, and said then recorded it in. Wow. It's crazy. I know, it's super innovative, and no one has ever used their voice in a beat, so I'm like a pioneer or something. I bust all these vocals to a vocal bus, added some effects, added some timeless for some delay, and I put on the beauty preset, which is an all-around basic long beauty, and then I added some Valhalla Supermassive for some more reverb and delay on the default preset. And this is actually the main vocal. It's all three of those reversed. This was a theme I saw in many of Kendrick's songs in Mr. Morale, The Big Steppers. Reverse vocals, really cool. It just gives it a different vibe, and it makes it kind of off-kilter, eerie, Afro-surrealism. That's what. The plugin I used for this was Backmask. It's a free plugin. It's weird. On the website, they let you steal the plugin, so go ahead and steal it. The reason it's off right now is because this knob, timeline, this basically puts the reverseness on time, but it adds latency, so I exported it out and turned it off. Pretty cool. Added some bass too. I forgot about that. Pretty simple bass pattern, acoustic bass from Flex. With basses, use the root note of the chord, so we were in C sharp minor 7, and use fifths. This G sharp is a fifth away from C sharp, and it can make cool, groovy bass lines. Here in the piano, it does this thing too. Again, G sharp is a fifth away from C sharp, but on the lower side, so we just brought it up, but this is to transition to it. Dun, 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 dun. And then it goes back to do. This is basically the whole thing together. I breathe different. This actually changes into an E piano. Using the exact same chords as the piano. So this piano is from stage 73V. I use the Person of Interest. Where is it? Yeah, this one. What did I add to it? Some EQ, sound goodizer to make it sound gooder, and some towel reverb. The one line string comes in here, and some oohs. Ooh. This transition back, piano comes in, and everything basically follows this pattern, including the bass. I change up the bass here. It's that one bass I always use. And the Tal-U-NO-LX, HS every single bass preset. Yeah, I did a bass slide here, which is pretty cool. It has a portamento knob, so I put on the time and that, so it slides when you play two notes at the same time. Everything follows this pattern to transition back to the chorus. I like doing this with my verses, having kind of a build-up. It seems like something grand's about to happen. You're expecting a big pause. I don't know why I'm doing this too. You're expecting something big to pause, but it just goes back to the chorus. Now for the drums. Ooh. That's like a sick drum break. So the first drums we have here is a hi-hat. 3 different hi-hats. Most of the drums I used were from this Lunch 77 Neptune's drum kit. He doesn't have a Kendrick one yet, which sucks. And this one. And then just build this pattern. Just a 2-step, but with a little more swing, and put it on the playlist so I can control where they hit. I added these snares. I think this snare is sick. It's like a camera. And then this snare is pretty cool. And this snare is also cool. Layered these two. Added these kicks. Added some percussion. Usually open hat should hit with the kick. That's usually what I do. It's not a mandatory though. Added this triangle. A lot of the percussion I used were from this OO Versus drum kit. He has some great sounds. And as you can see here with this open hat, I held it. And cutting it off by the snares is pretty cool. And I added some more percussion like these. I don't know what that is, but it's something. What's this? Oh yeah, it's like a guiro. And I added this flexitone, but reverse. Usually sounds like this. See? As a transition. And for the verse, I added this ride hi-hat just to make it more jazzy. This is such a cool transition sound. I like it. I was lost in my world, no found, like the kitties lost and found. I'm $1, I'm a pound. Nah, I'm not. I'm worth more than that, but I ain't a slave. I won't put you in your grave. All you niggas so lame. All you niggas play games like Nintendo. You watch where I go. I don't know what I was saying, but I got bars. Let's go to the... You wanna say now? I'm stepping on glass shards. I don't know why, but I call them big glass shards. So that's the bridge, right? I created an automation clip with reels. This is how you create automation clip. Right click on what you want to create an automation clip. Say you have an external plugin that you want to create an automation clip for, Pancake, and I want to change the mix of it. This is what you do. You wiggle the knob, right click here. This is the multi-link to controllers. It links controllers. And create automation. And it creates an automation clip on the last thing you touch. Pancake long string mix is now automated. Added another piano line. I'm pretty sure it's just the same chords. It's just a little slower now. And I added this little back and forth like, imagine all the people living across the sea. Ooh, ooh, ooh. With the E piano, I did a little run up. I basically did this by going on my Akai, going from C to C, took my finger, and then you can transpose it. It's not arranged for any other notes except for C to C. You could also click it in, not as cool though. And then the same chords 2 octaves up. And on the bass ones, did a more arpeggiated feel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gives it a pensive feel. I got all the big words now. I'm like a dictionary. It's a dictionary. I added some vocals halfway through. See, it builds up. And I took this strings and did a little do-do-do-do. Gives it more of a Tyler feel for the bridge, but I don't know. I guess I'm Tyler feel. That sounds weird. For this BBC, I used plucked string. I'm pretty sure. Took the strings violins to and made it spiccato. Spiccato? I thought it was staccato. What? Have I been living my life a lie? this whole time. Added this bass from my Chord Green log. Also did the run up with the bass. I did this because I knew there were a lot of synth elements in Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, so I wanted to add some, and then the reels comes down at the end. Add a perk loop and some other stuff like drums. That's pretty much the beat. I really like making this beat. I think it was fun. Kendrick's album is fire. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is very unique, and I like the production on it. Good Kid, Mad City might be my favorite album, or To Pimp a Butterfly. Don't boo me. I haven't listened to Section 80 or The Untitled, but I will. And I might do a Kendrick Lamar series. I have some pretty cool artists that I listen to. You know, I'm different. I listen to real music, not like any of the trap. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of Kendrick Lamar's new album. Give me a rating out of, what's it called? Just give me a rating out of 10. I don't know what I was trying to do. Give me a rating out of 10. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do something.